Hello traders and welcome back to Trade Like Skills channel. Have you always been wondering how I'm making these profits each and every day whenever I'm trading or whenever I set a zone? Most of my zones are respected. In this video, I will break down exactly how I caught this setup, how the stop hunt or turtle soup strategy works, why liquidity sweeps reveal hidden opportunities, how to combine fair value gaps for sniper entries, step-by-step breakdown of my 3000 trade, and also I'll give the screenshots of this trade and how to avoid getting trapped by smart money. If you have ever been stopped out just before price moves in your direction, this video is for you. Stop being liquidity. Learn how to trade with smart money, not against it.
Want to trade like the pros? Join my free Telegram channel where I reveal the actual trades we've taken, the powerful strategies behind them, and the results that speak for themselves. It's also your direct gateway to my exclusive mentorship and VIP program, where traders are leveling up fast. Don't miss this chance to learn, grow, and win. Tap the link in the bio or description to join free today.
Without wasting much time, let's get started. Most of the times, we know that the market moves in an uptrending mode, and we know that the market moves also in what we call a downtrending mode. And we also know that the market sometimes has a zone of ranging, what we call consolidation without any direction. So what am I talking about here? First of all, we get to know that the market moves in an uptrend, of course, in also a downtrend and also in a ranging mode. So whenever the market is moving in an uptrend, sometimes the market will come back like this and the market will do something like this. And some people will think now we are in a downtrend, yet the market is just coming to sweep some liquidity below by breaking this zone like this. And after breaking the zone, the market does this and continues to the higher highs. So most of people get confused around here. And some people who trade what we call just price action, pure price action, they'll just do a sell around here, thinking that the market has broken this zone and it's going to drop down, and you end up losing your money. So this is what we're going to talk about. And also some people will take an entry around here, and then the market tricks them because their stop losses around here, and then boom, the market strips their liquidity or their stop losses. They are taken as liquidity, and then the market goes to their direction that they were supposed to be going to. So today, this is what we're going to learn. Now, make sure you sit down, you watch till the end, and this video will teach you a lot of things. So, as I said, I'll talk about how liquidity works. First of all, liquidity is money, like I say always. And we can see this is gold 15 minutes, and it was on an uptrending mode. The market was really in an uptrending mode and breaking to the higher highs. So what is the first thing that we look at? The first thing we look at is the market breaking the higher highs with full body candlesticks. If the market has not broken a higher high with a full body candlestick, then we don't consider that market as we don't consider those zones as a break of structure. It will be just a sweep of liquidity. For example, something like this. This is just a sweep of liquidity, as we can see here. This is not a break of structure. So many people will get confused around here. And some people, you will find them marking these zones as their zones or POIs for buying. And hence, this is an invalid zone. So if this is an invalid zone on my side, which one is my valid zone? And then which one is my valid zone? On my side, there will be two zones. First of all, this zone will be a valid zone, and also a lower zone around here will be a valid zone. So why would I mark these zones as valid zones? We are going to look at that right now. Now, why would I say that those are the only valid zone? So the first thing we're going to look at is liquidity. Liquidity is money, and there are stop losses that you set, you retail trader. And why are you taken as liquidity is because you are in the way of high institutions or what we call bigger banks, which are coming to sweep those liquidity, because liquidity is what makes the market moves, and that's money. Of course, mostly people don't understand that. So if the market has swept liquidity around here, that means there were stop losses of sellers who thought the market is just going to continue down, and they put their stop losses around here, and then the market swept them out. So why? You don't have to fight the trend. You just have to go with the trend. There's no way you can stand on the road and wait for a car when you're in the mid of the road. You just stand on a side and then they pick you up. When you call for an Uber or anything, you know what happens? You have to stand on a side of the road. You don't have to stand in the way of the Uber. So they can knock you out. So that's why you have to stand on the side. You wait for the market to come to your zone. So this is what is going to happen. Why would I say this zone is wrong? Because the market hasn't broken this high. So anytime the market just sweeps liquidity, comes with full energy, breaks this zone, and then goes to sweep this liquidity. And liquidity is everywhere, guys. Here is liquidity, here is liquidity, here is liquidity. Why would I say that? Because if someone bought from here, he put a stop loss around here and moved. So when the market comes back, we'll take that stop loss. So how do we avoid now to get hunted by the market? Like our stop losses not to get hunted by the market. We have to look at where the most zones that the liquidity is going to be swept. First of all, here is a liquidity pool, equal lows around here. So this is a zone with a lot of liquidity, and the market at any moment may come for this zone. So you have to look at these zones and understand what they mean. And when you understand that these are liquidity pool areas, what we call equal lows, let me mark this as equal lows. So equal lows, most of the times the market is coming for those zones because they are full of liquidity. And also below the zone that you might think that you might enter from, there will be also liquidity below that zone. Why? Because buyers bought from here and they left their stop losses around here. So expect the market to pick them up. Now, this is how we're going to combine liquidity and fair value gap. First of all, we're seeing a market breaking to the higher highs, and there is imbalance around here, what we call fair value gap, and we have an order block. So we're going to mark this order block as our first entry, but this entry will be kind of risky. Why would I say kind of risky? Is because there is liquidity that is not taken yet below here. So we are only looking at three things. First of all, is this order block. We are looking at imbalance of fair value gap, and we're looking at the internal liquidity that we're having here that might be taken. And also, this is a strong zone. Why? Because it's another block zone where there was negotiations between the buyers and sellers. So we're going to mark this as our order block. Good. This is our order block. Now we mark this as our order block. Now this one can be a risky zone. So you mark it as a risky zone. It's a risky zone. Why would it be a risky zone? Because at any time the market might come for these equal lows. So what we're just standing on is just a few of confirmations that we're going to follow. Now, when the market is coming here, you very well know that we still have liquidity below and anything can happen in this market. So wait for the market to come really in and then you take your trade. I'm going to show you the screenshots of this trade that we took, and you shall see how we made good profits. And by the end of this video, you won't be taken as a liquidity anymore. So let's do this. We know very well the market has just swept liquidity above here. Let's mark this as a sweep of liquidity. Okay, this is how I mark a zone that has been swept liquidity. That's how I mark it. And then let's play this out and we see what the market does. And I'm going to show you the screenshots. So after the sweep of liquidity, we can see a strong move down. And someone has just waited for the market to enter from here. And then this is how they are losing. I think you can see now. Market has tapped here. Now, market tapping in this zone, you have been waiting for this zone. And what you have to understand is that some zones, you just have to wait for the market to come in the mid of this zone, and then you take your entry depending on what you're seeing. First of all, you have to mark your zone. First of all, if you're marking a zone like this and you want to see how much you're going to be losing if you are entering or how much you're risking, it is good. But on some zones like this one that is still having liquidity below, you don't have to mark all the way from there above. You have to mark from from the mid. Why? Because the market can still come and sweep this lower liquidity that you're seeing around here. This one and also the one that it has just created. So this is what is going to happen. You're going to mark in order to get your stop loss. Now you're marking from the mid because that's where you're going to get your entry, or maybe you can do a layering if you know how to scale. So you're going to look for at least 20 to 30 pips. That's where your stop loss is going to be. Now we are seeing a stop loss is going to be at around 31 pips, so which is not bad. And what are we focused on? If our stop loss is going to be at around 31 pips, let's mark an entry around here, a long position, and we are putting our stop loss around here. So these are not a lot of pips compared to what you're targeting. Now your target is around 120 pips. Look at this. So you're targeting 120 pips and you're risking only 30 pips for that. And I see most gold traders, they risk 100 pips, they risk 80 pips, and most people say give the market a breathable area. So let's play this out and we see what the market is going to do.
If you've been jumping from one free strategy to another and still can't find consistency, it's time to change how you learn. I've created an advanced mentorship at skillsfxuniversity.com, built for traders who want real mastery, not recycled content. Inside, I show you exactly how I break down the markets, catch precise entries, and grow consistent results, without indicators or guesswork. And here's the game changer. When you join the Profit Accelerator, you get a free $10,000 funded account. When you join the Mastermind Access class, you receive a free $100,000 funded account. No extra fees. This is for serious traders only. Tap the link in my bio or check the description below to get started today. Let's build your breakthrough.
Boom. Now this is what I was talking about. Market has swept this lower liquidity, as you can see, and has respected our zone. And after respecting our zone, this is how the market is going to do it. The market is going to fly and then hit your take profit. And this is why you have to mark zones depending on what you understand in the market. And boom, all TPs hit. All TPs are hit now. You can see this. Now the market has hit all take profits. This is why I tell you guys to get in my classes and learn and understand. Only those who are in my classes, they know these things because they are learning these things most of the times and they are getting to this strategy in depth. You becoming profitable doesn't mean that you have to learn a lot of strategies in order to become profitable. No, you have to stick with one plan. You have to stick with one strategy, one system, and also you keep your emotions in check, and also you learn how to be patient in the market. All that we look at that mostly because I build you a strategy. I teach you how to build a strategy. I build you a strategy. I give you a good strategy that is going to work. It has been tested much of the times. And after you learning that, we look at your discipline and psychology. That's the best part of learning. And whenever traders tell you that they have spent 5 years when they haven't mastered themselves or they haven't become profitable, they're talking about discipline and psychology. And if you're having a mentor like me, that means you're just going to take a short time to understand this because this is what I've been experiencing most of the times. And my students are really making it, and I'm really happy for them. So you have taken your trade and your trade made it. Simple as that. And then there is nothing else you're looking at. After you hitting your take profits, you just rest. Internal liquidity is taken, and now some people are having questions. Why would I mark this zone as a buy zone when the market has broken here as a BOS? Most people have that question. So that's why I tell you to come in classes and learn those things, because even if we say that this one was a breakout structure, there is a lot of things that you have to learn here, because the market was coming to this order block, we are having imbalance, we are taking this internal liquidity, and that's what happened. So we don't trade by luck, we trade by a system that we follow each and every day. And as I said, these are the screenshots of this entry. You can see how we made money. how I made a lot of money in one day, and that's how even um, my Telegram VIP also shared the entry like before and after, so they know that that's how we do it every day, each and every day. So make sure you join and learn. So as we can see, we have another zone that is here that was left, and I'll talk about that next in the next video. You will keep on watching, so make sure you subscribe. Let's play this out, and you see after hitting our take profit, this is what happened. The market came all the way to the what? To that zone. I think you can see now the market has swept liquidity. So this is what I've been talking about. But sometimes when the market sweeps liquidity on these zones like this one, sometimes the market might come to this order block and then drop. So we shall talk about that because I also took this trade and I made some good profits on this trade. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and also share and also comment to this video so that you can't miss more videos that are yet to come. So make sure you watch more videos that I'm yet to bring out, and we are going to make a lot of money if we are really focused. So if you're really focused, don't look at anyone who is discouraging you, at anyone who is not in your journey. Don't look at anyone who is just giving you some fake thoughts about how to trade. Just look at you yourself, what you really need in the market, and then that's what is going to happen. So please make sure you subscribe, get to my classes, get to my VIP, and then you shall get to where you want to be. All right, guys, thank you. Have a good time.